going on, everybody? It's me. It's the PR. I am me. Coming back with another episode of the PNP with my co-host Leeboy TV. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? Leeboy TV in the building. What it do? What it do?
Yeah. Obviously we got a movie review today. We're gonna talk about the 25th anniversary of the Nutty Professor. So Eddie Murphy classic. If y'all don't know, y'all gotta go watch it. But at the beginning, I wanted to just congratulate Keenan. He's finally getting his star.
Yes, sir.
On the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We actually mentioned it last week. Just so happened you just mentioned it, and it kind of just slid in there.
Last week when we had our guy Evan on, obviously he does the video producing for the You Already Know podcast. So yeah, it just came up that boy Keenan, and I'm always campaigning for Kel to get a star as well. But yeah, we specifically were talking about how Keenan needs a star. Obviously, he has this incredible resume, not only all that, but also SNL. So it's well deserved. So shout out to our boy Keenan, who's been on this podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go back and check out that episode, as well as the one we just did with our guy Evan, where we talked about goddamn Pootie Tang, which was hilarious. But yeah, man, well deserved for that, for our my castmate Keenan Thompson. Bring us along with you, sir. We just want to get invited to the inductee ceremony, the induction, whatever that word is. I just want to be up there to party with y'all.
If it happened, I would have to make another trip because I kind of want to see that in person. So.
Yeah, man, and he's got a lot of dope people that'll be inducted with him as well, including Nipsey, his posthumous induction, which will be dope. Who else? Do you remember who else was going to be inducted with him? Class of 2022?
Holly Robinson P. DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled already? He's killing him. Yeah, he didn't kill the music game for sure.
All right, I don't know his whole catalog. I just know he do got a lot of hit songs. All I do is win alone, probably with I don't know. That thing is probably selling songs. It's a win song. They play it after every win. So,
I would have to see, who else has not been inducted. Because, I'm all about comparing who hasn't, who ain't in there yet. But now it seems a little bit early for him just because, he's just like really, getting started to me in his music career. He's got a lot still going on. But
he's been there for 10 plus years. So I guess 10 plus, and what you're doing that time is, because Michael B. Jordan get one. I know he's been acting since he was small, like really little, but he's still new when it comes to his adult movies. Like I don't know how to
right, and it's good that they are giving people their flowers while they're like in the midst of their career. So I'm definitely not gonna hate on that. But I've always figured I felt like it was like an end of the career type of award, like Snoop should have been got. So if Khaled's getting one right now, Snoop deserved one well before the two or 3 years ago.
Does Snoop not have one?
No, he just got it maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but it was like way after the thick of his music career. You know what I mean?
They do theirs differently though. So I know like Michael Jackson got his in '83, so he was like at the height. Some people don't get theirs at the height. Some people get theirs like kind of whenever. You have to accept the award as well. Like you can't, if they give it to you, you have to be ready to accept it, and also you gotta pay. So yeah, that's probably why some people don't have it. You gotta pay.
Right. Maybe Khaled just had the money on standby. Like, look,
yeah,
I'm ready. Whenever y'all ready, I'm ready because Snoop could have got his in goddamn 99, 2000, but it is what it is.
Speaking of I am very surprised by this, but I'm surprised Macaulay Culkin didn't have one in like in the 90s. He was like the most famous kid in America.
And when did he get his?
He's getting inducted next year with King.
Oh, he's 2022. Okay.
Yes, it's strange. You recently told me that you have not played this game called Michael Jackson: The Experience. Have you played it yet?
Have not thrown it on yet. The kids were acting too crazy. They was being too bad for me to reward them with the Connect game. So we're still waiting to be determined on how that is. Have
All
you
right.
played it before? Have you played it
I
before?
have played it on like 3 systems. I played
Oh,
it
okay. Yeah.
on the Xbox 360 Connect, the Wii, and the Xbox One Connect. So I been
You're
playing.
well versed.
It's a fun game. It's like Just Dance, but with MJ songs and MJ dance moves.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was able to check out a little preview on YouTube, just so I could have an idea of what I'm getting myself into. So yeah, I've seen them hitting the moves, and they have the. It's just dope that anything officially licensed by Michael Jackson is always going to be dope to me because it's very rare that you get that he strikes up deals using his content. So, yeah, as soon as I heard of it,
well,
which was
he
just
didn't he didn't strike it. Let's
oh, it was a
put that
little
out
bit
there.
after, yeah, after the
Yeah,
family
yeah,
got this
yeah.
deal.
It's like
Uh,
09, probably 2010 maybe. So, but,
But yeah, as soon as I seen it, because I was just scrolling through Connect games, trying to that's what I like to do for Father's Day, is just be at the house. I know it looked like I gotta want to go to Knott's and Disneyland, Universal, which I do those things as well. But for me, I rather just be at the house and enjoy time with the kids. So I was just looking through Connect games to buy for Father's Day. And I was like, oh, Michael Jackson experience. Okay, we can get into that. But yeah, just waiting for the kids to act right so we can get,
can I
fully
believe you
immersed.
never played that?
Or heard of it. I had never heard of it.
Oh,
Maybe after you said something like the name kind of sparked something, but nah. I had given up video games for a while, brought it back out because of the kids, but I was strictly on NBA 2K, maybe some Fight Night, very few games. I liked FIFA, which I bought FIFA Street too, so that was dope. But yeah, very few games that I used to play. Definitely not any dance type games or anything like that. So it's gonna be a new front for me for sure.
I haven't I haven't had any dance games either, but I seen Michael Jackson dance. I was like, oh, well,
Same
I
here,
have.
same here. I had to hop on that. I did play Guitar Hero and stuff. That was
Oh,
dope.
well, yeah.
But you gotta buy a whole goddamn guitar for
This
that. So
this is the Connect, so like you have to actually
yeah.
do it. Like on
I
the
can
Wii,
I
yeah,
can
on
hit
the
it.
Wii you can cheat and just do one arm, but the Connect you got to do the whole thing, which I like. Uh, Let me see. If I had a song I would get you to do that I think you would like as far as routines, it's probably They Don't Care About Us or Smooth Criminal. One of those two, I'm pretty sure, might be your favorite because of the dances. It's not too hard, you know.
Yep. No, I'll have an update soon. Have an update for the
All
next
right,
episode, hopefully.
all right. Just wanted to bring that up because it's the anniversary of his death, so I had to bring that up.
Shout out to
Gotta
Mike,
bring it up.
man. Um,
Yeah.
and then one other piece of quote unquote news that happened this week. I was on DTM, the online
Yep.
improv show with my other castmate, Christy Knowings. DTM standing for doing the most. You can find them at DTM underscore doing the most. So
No
yeah,
G.
what was that?
Doing the most, no G.
Oh, okay, yeah, doing, yeah, the most. Um, so yeah, man, it was a cool little fun experience. I had to play a couple characters. One of them was prepared as far as Samaj Bro Tep. I came up with that one, but I had to do Bernie Mac on the spot, and also I got a content or a topic for Leeboy and Fuzz, which was fun, man. And right now, my take on the Clippers is holding up. They couldn't get it done last night, which was wild. Y'all gonna have to find out what I said about the Clippers versus Lakers by going over to doing the
I
most.
mean, they basically are a no. They don't have their star player, and they don't have two of their star players. They are kind of trash right now.
Yeah, it doesn't. In fact, even Chris Paul missing from the Suns, it just doesn't have the star power that whole series. So I'm hoping Chris Paul is supposed to be back for this next game. Kawhi's out though, right?
Kawhi's out and Paul George is out.
He's out.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you mean?
He's out. He's playoff P. Playoff. Paul George is out. You talk about the playoffs. Paul George is not
Oh,
there.
mentally, right? Not
So
physically he's there, but mentally
physically
he's
there
done.
just taking up space. But so
he's done. Can't even hit the goddamn free throws.
yeah.
That was terrible. That was just terrible. But yeah, nevertheless, go check me out on doing the most. That Burning the Mac. I even snapped on old homegirl Camille. Sorry about that. I had to bring up the OnlyFans thing, but yeah, it was a it was a
You
good
did not
time,
step.
man.
You was like,
Yeah, don't
yeah,
tell
I
the
believe.
people it's too
Let y'all
much.
watch.
It's too
Let
much.
y'all
Y'all
watch.
gotta watch it. Don't want to
Oh
keep
my
bringing that up, but yeah, just a little teaser so you guys can go check that out. We definitely got some funny moments that happened throughout that, and you can check it out on my IGTV at Leeboy TV.
God. All right, now, now it's finally time to talk about what we came here to talk about, and that's the Nutty
Mm.
Professor. First of all, what is your memories of this movie? What are your thoughts? What is your earliest memory or fondest memory that you can think of?
I'll start off with the soundtrack, and I know that's not the movie or nothing, but the song by Case. I remember this soundtrack was on fire, and I really wanted to put it in my top 5 soundtracks when we did that episode not too
Really?
long ago. I wanted to. That was honestly the first one I thought of, just because I remember having I believe it was the tape back then that we used to pop in. I just remember it was just the Nutty Professor cover that was the the soundtrack cover as well, and it just has a real it really sticks out in my mind. So yeah, that definitely it was one of the first things that caught my mind. But after looking at soundtracks, it's not in the top 5. It's just good. But as far
Okay.
as um favorite moments, I'll just start off with just the dinner table. uh just the moments with the family. The grandma's probably the funniest, or one of my favorites. Relations, I used to have so much relations. She was just hella embarrassing. And also when she used to grab that fork and be like, I'll kill your ass, I'll kill you. She always wanted to kill Pops, which was always hilarious to me. And then it's just classic that he played everyone at the table except the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
And
playing the
Jada.
dad. He's playing the brother, who was
Mm-hmm.
not as fat. He's just a little bit swole. He's playing mom, also grandma. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he you know, even now I knew that he plays all of them, but it's still kind of hard to believe. Or I'm just checking in, making sure it wasn't no other actors, because I know he fooled me a couple times in Coming to America. Him and Arsenio.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did the damn thing in this, and he really obviously shows his talent with all those characters at the dinner table. So that would be, to start off, one of my favorite or fondest memories.
Okay. Uh, I would tell you when I was younger, I liked this movie. I always liked this movie. But it's like maybe the past 2 or 3 years, I found out that my cousin really enjoys this movie as well. And I think it was like, as far as I can remember, out of nowhere, I think I said a line or something from the movie, and he like repeated it. It was from the club scene, and he repeated the line and then like finished. I was like, oh, so you know this, and then we just like watch it. Like we just watch those two scenes frequently, and this
Oh,
is
so,
funny.
when the Chappelle scenes, when he when he
Yeah,
when he snaps obviously on Sherman, and
frequently.
then Buddy snaps on him. Yes, those are.
Oh, that all right. That's what he was. He was like, oh, I ain't get you yet. No, should I get him? I ain't get you yet. So it was one of those lines. But yeah, the whole thing. We gonna have to talk about it later. But just I I don't know why this is one of my favorite Chappelle's movies. It's so stupid. Well, he did the that is all right. That is like what?
Reggie Warrington from Def Comedy Jam.
I don't know. I would have just had him be Dave Chappelle. Honestly, they
Right.
had Montel Jordan. I would have just had him be Dave Chappelle. But anyways,
But
let's
nah,
get to talking about.
Chappelle. Should we get into it now, or should we just go in order, kind of? Because
Uh,
we
we,
could.
we, can, we can go talk about the plot. We can talk about the plot.
Okay, okay.
Pretty much, Professor Sherman Clump. He's he's kind of a bigger guy. Everybody kind of makes him feel bad because he is bigger, and he's kind of kind of just like, I don't want to be big. I want to be small.
Yeah,
And
he's awkward. He's awkward throughout, in like wherever he shows up. When he first meets Miss Purdy, he's dropping all the candy all over the floor, and she's like, "Should I come back?" And he's like, "No, this is just who I normally am," right? So he's just, in every instance, he's just always humble and awkward. And yeah, he's looking for a change for sure. And I'll just start off by saying, this movie, I mean, kind of veering off from the plot, but this movie could not be made in 2020. Everything that they're it's 2021. It's 2021. Let me stop saying 2020. Yeah, there's no way that they could even approach this subject line because it's basically centered around him just being fat. Let's just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I know it can be made, but I don't like. How would you get sympathy? Like, they gave him the good amount of sympathy so he can feel his point, and I mean, it makes sense from the movie. I don't know why people don't think.
It. Yeah, I don't know, because it's just the subject of the jokes were just so it would be so cringe for so many people that are looking out for the bigger people or whatever. And I definitely get it, but at the same time, you're just missing a whole subject matter that you can't make movies and jokes about. And this is not just about people's size; it's about people, how they look, and about people's race, and so on and so forth. There's so many things that are just off limits now. But this one, definitely, there's no way that half of these jokes would fly. Like later on he goes to when he's going throughout the restaurant at the end, and he's just telling the lady she got jello arms and she got tank ass.
I don't even think that stuff was in the script. But all right.
Yeah, turkey neck and all. Like, yeah, he couldn't get any of those jokes off, and anything, even the things that he was saying about himself. And the all the family at the dinner table, the way they're just talking about the cholesterol and just almost everything could not be made today. But luckily, this came at a good time where we could get into this amazing plot that they came up with.
Yeah, pretty much he likes Miss Purdy, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, or Jada Pinkett.
Now that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, Jada Pinkett, and pretty much he kind of wants to just not be him. He wants to be somebody else, so he turns into Buddy Love. But times away turning into Buddy Love turns into Buddy Love. Buddy Love is insane. So, they get into a couple predicaments here and there, and things don't go well between her and Buddy Love because Buddy Love is going crazy, taking over Sherman's body, and pretty much he's trying to fight between himself, losing weight, and Buddy Love. So yeah, that's more or less the plot, and now we're gonna break it down.
Yeah, so you just went through the whole movie in 15 seconds. Look, now.
It's plot. I'm gonna just go through a couple scenes real quick. When you first saw Sherman, did you think that was Eddie, or did you just think that was somebody else, a big guy?
When I first seen it, I mean, I knew it was Eddie because obviously, going into the movie that it's Eddie, right? But I will say that you forget that it's Eddie because he plays it so well. You can, if you're really paying attention or thinking about it, you can always recognize Eddie Murphy's voice because it's just so distinctive. But he does a good job at masking, himself and really diving into the character as Sherman. Because, like I said, you literally forget it's him a couple times in the movie, all throughout.
I think aside from Coming to America, the only time I didn't know that it was Eddie was in Norbit because I was not paying attention, and I was like, oh, this must be a real woman, because why would you want to do all these scenes twice? That's what I was thinking. But was Eddie. But other than that, I think this movie, he disguises it well. Like you said, he can fall up into the role, and he gets a lot of sympathy. I don't think other roles get as much sympathy as he does here. So it.
And they really do a good job with like the music, the scores. Like whenever he gets sad, it like you really feel it. it's like some real stuff. Like when he's eating that damn ice cream and he dives into the scene where he's just growing up. Oh, he's gonna blow like. He's growing. It was it's Godzilla with titties. That's I think Dave Chappelle said that. Yeah, man. You really feel those moments where you like, it just sucked to be Sherman at those times, and you could really understand why he wanted to become Buddy Love, and he's this great scientist that could actually pull it off. Lucky for him, but yeah, you really feel for the guy throughout because of the acting um chops of Eddie, man. He's a phenomenal talent. He'll never get the credit I don't think he deserves for being a good, like, serious actor, but he really makes you feel it, like I said, in this one for sure.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead, but might as well make our first stop at the club scene. First club scene is Sherman and Miss Purdy going to the club. Montel Jordan's just got done performing, and we get comedian from Def Comedy Jam, Reggie Warrington, aka Dave Chappelle, coming out, and Dave Chappelle does what I like to call the D.L. Hughley special. It's basically pick somebody in the crowd and just make fun of them for the whole show, or half of the show. He has a segment where every show is the first 15 rows he just finds somebody. But so he obviously makes fun of everybody going down this road, and probably one of my favorite parts of the whole movie is Sherman can see him coming down the line, and they're in the front, and he was like,
"Oh no, I'm about to get up out of here."
Yeah, he was like, when he gets to like the person at the 3 rows down, he's like, "Oh, he's coming this. Oh, I got to get out of here," which draws more attention to yourself.
Right. Course, he said, "I think I got to use the bathroom real quick."
Yeah, drop something in the course. Here we go. Woo, hey, that's when they hear Jimmy Hoffa. Oh, that joke. I swear to you, I didn't know who Jimmy Hoffa is. I didn't care to look it up or nothing. And then I saw The Irishman recently, like whenever The Irishman came out. All these years I've been watching and seeing that joke. I never get it. Saw The Irishman, and then I seen that scene, made me laugh even harder because I'm like,
instant flashback. Yeah.
Yes, it made it obviously because they can't find the man. Obviously, this makes sense. But yeah.
And then obviously, when one of the top jokes is, "You got to put your belt on with a boomerang." Oh man. And Dave Chappelle, and this is something, it's actually good to see him in this light because we don't see this side of him that much in his personal stand-up comedy, the physical comedy. Obviously he's playing it up. He's got this crazy hat on. He's sagging, showing his drawers with his shirt tucked into his drawers, which is just hilarious. But yeah, so we don't get to see him being, he was silly back in the day, but not as silly as Reggie Warrington. So
yeah, he wasn't physical. So yeah,
it just shows a whole different side because, being familiar with Dave Chappelle, you wouldn't even expect him to be able to pull off something like this because it just shows that he could be any type of comedian that he really wants. He could definitely be this character on stage and it would be hilarious as well. But luckily we have the real Dave Chappelle, but Reggie Warrington is nothing to mess with. He's hilarious.
Now, when it comes to his set, what other than the boomerang, do you have another favorite joke or one that sticks out? I got a couple.
So can't think of them right now. Go ahead. You start me off. Get me warmed up.
I got, which makes no sense to her. The only time you touch your breast is at a KFC. But
oh yeah, that one. Who's sucking who titty tonight? And he with a woman. Oh Lord. Oh man, she looked horrified.
One that's so underrated that nobody really hears. I think it's probably my cousin's favorite line is, "What would you do for a condom bar?" It's like that's the last line before it fades to black, and it's kind of like in the distance. I'm like, the whole set is funny. Look. It's still funny to me now to this day. I don't care if time changes. It's still funny. Like it happened back then. You can laugh at it. It ain't just happened today, this year. We make fun of big people. Like, because I have my bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and then just going back to one of the jokes with the other audience members, the unbelievable line. I don't know if that's where it started, but obviously people have been saying that ever since. This was movies like from 96, 25th anniversary. Just listening back, probably the first time I had heard unbelievable, but
Now,
yeah, that was just hilarious.
now what is a weed exactly? That one gets me too. But pretty much the whole club is making fun of Sherman. And he's sad, So he goes out, pretty much makes this serum for Buddy Love, and poof, Buddy Love appears. Eddie Murphy comes in, and I don't know if he got jacked for this role or not, but he was more muscular than usual. For no reason.
Eddie as Buddy Love?
Yes, for no reason.
I mean, he had to be ready for that spandex scene. Remember when he first went shopping? She's like, "Where the spandex?" And he just dancing and shit.
In earlier movies of Eddie, obviously in the 80s, he was younger, but I'm saying like in the 80s, he was just like real slim, slanky, skinny. Then this movie, he like doing all this. I'm like,
a little yoked, a little bit, a little something.
But yeah, that whole montage of him being skinny is funny, especially him with the what do they call when he working out?
What
when they're working out and he's doing they all doing this little move.
Yeah. They in the class. And they're doing the hip swirl. He's just
everybody in the class.
And then they doing the pump, and he's doing double time. So Sherman gets killed the first time in the club. Buddy Love is out for revenge, and this is after the
before we get to this scene, I got two things I want to mention. All right, because it's kind of somewhat similar to the plot. The dean, whoever this guy is. By the way, he's the principal on Max Keebles, which we will watch eventually. Might take a year, I don't know. We're gonna watch that eventually. But he basically says if Sherman messes up again, he's gonna kill him. Literally, kill him. I don't know how you can't say that to anybody nowadays. Right, he's like, no, I will physically murder you till you pass away. Anyways, and then of course Buddy comes in. And he's late with his date with Miss Purdy, and he has a couple good lines just in his few first moments with Jada Pinkett. He says, "Oh, you too pretty to be giving me curbside service," and then she was like, "Well, I'm leaving." He was like, "No, I'm sorry. My car broke down. I had to get some new drawers." "Oh no, I'm sorry. And then she was like, "All right, okay."
No. Before that is why?
Yeah, why?
Why? And then you think he's done. What? And then she's like, "Get your ass up off the floor." That part is too much.
I can understand why people be like, "Oh, Eddie Murphy." When the Eddie Murphy in the kids movies, when he overacts, I can understand when they mean in that moment. Yeah. But it's still funny. Like here, he's doing it to be
hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
I think here he's doing it to be funny. Those other movies, he's doing it like because it's written in the script, not as a funny moment, but as like a serious crying moment. That's what the difference is. But this one,
if you watch that scene again, when he hits it with that third wide, I swear I thought because I remember he was going to do it, but I was like, is he going to do this again? Hit him with the super dramatic wide. I'm like,
the third one is like, the funniest because the pause is like.
I was like, oh yeah, she gonna have to get him inside this club. And then as soon as she accepts him, she's like, all right, what we eating for dinner? Like he just snaps right out of it, never cared. And he's giving all these excuses. Remember, my mama was late. I had to stop. My car ran out. I ran out of gas and all this bullshit, right?
It reminds me of his character, was it Kit and Bowfinger? A little bit.
Oh yeah, yep.
Because he was kind of going in and out of it. He was like, no. It was going. He thought he was crazy. But anyways, so they get in the club, and of course, here we are again. First of all, they learned their lesson. They're in the back this time rather than in front. And again, of course, Reggie Walter comes out. I guess he's the comedic for the week, or that's his home, like. But anyways, they go Reggie Wharton again. He's trying to make some jokes, and Eddie Murphy is Buddy Love is
No, well, he's being
ruined,
obnoxious. Yeah, he's just laughing.
ruined. Yes.
He's just laughing at everything, and to the point where Reggie's like, "Can I get to
Brother,
the punchline, please,
brother,
if you don't mind?"
that part. Brother. I don't know why that part right. Because can you imagine somebody is cutting off a comedian and they're just like, hey, brother, brother, could you calm down a little bit? But
Like, I know I'm funny, but it ain't that damn funny. All right,
yeah, man, it was start with the jokes, and then they just started going. Buddy Love just started rattling off. You got a favorite Buddy Love joke?
Ooh, first, Chappelle or Reggie has the fat joke about his mom, and then he's rattling off about all the fat jokes for his mom, which has the Thomas guy define your ass, which is hilarious. All of those are hilarious, but my favorite though is when he pulls off the hat.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Mine is she's so fat. After the sex, I rolled over 2 times.
and I'm still on it. Yeah. And you can even, and you know what's funny about that scene? You can even see Miss Purdy laughing in the back, and she's not, she's a very sensitive person, and she's doesn't like crass jokes, and but even Buddy Love got to her in that moment where she was dying, but also she wanted to see the revenge against Reggie too. So
it's kind of like that scene in White Chicks where they're making fun of them and their friends are laughing in the background.
Exactly.
Similar to that.
Yeah. But, so he rattles off and goes crazy. But when Reggie pulls off that hat, I heard of dreadlocks. I ain't heard of shitlocks. Boy, take that off your head, boy. You go too far with the jokes, Reggie. You go too far. You funny. You funny. I knew you was gonna make it far. You gonna make it to the top, boy.
Hey, all right. Before we get to that one scene, I do like the other joke when he says Earl Shaft because
look, that's my favorite. Before the hat, Earl Shaft. She painted toenails in Earl Shaft, which is if anybody doesn't know, it's used for painting cars, right? It's just car paint. It's an old, during the time it was the only place to really go get, or the number one place to get auto body paint done was Earl Shine, because for years I thought it was Earl Shine, but so I had to look that up to figure that part out. But the way he just goes out, Earl Shine, he laughing at himself right at this point, and everybody's going crazy. That probably would be my favorite out of that little rant that he went off on.
And then of course Reggie. Nah, I ain't want to say nothing because I like black people, but it's time to attack black.
To attack black, and he starts doing that again, and
he started doing the little karate thing.
They doing karate. He spins his ankle, turns him around. He don't know where he at, and then he tries to throw one more punch. And then he sat his ass down literally at that piano. And then we get the classic moment. Loving you is easy cause you're beautiful. Do. Reggie.
That was nice, Reggie.
And Chappelle's face is Reggie is the timing is just so perfect. That is probably, as a kid, stood out to me as the funniest moment. There's that. I mean, I talked about the table earlier when they was farting. They just farting in a circle. That's just stupid comedy. But the timing though of them playing that song and the sound effects and everything, it's just classic. And whoever put that together, obviously the director and Eddie Murphy, Chappelle, it's genius. It's genius, and that scene will forever, just be a moment in nostalgia. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Dootin' dootin' doo doo. Reggie.
basically they're talking. She's like, "Oh, that was good," or whatever. They're talking, and he starts going back into Sherman mode, and he's like, "What? Hey, well, you know what was pretty." Oh, and then his lips start swelling up and all. So he has to rush out. First of all, I don't know how she didn't notice his stomach getting bigger, but all right. He has to rush out, and then of course, Karen, Mr. Karen, whose card is this? That's not Mr. Clump. And then he ran after this dude. That's how I'm like, all right, see, you know too much, Jason, but he ran after him. They get into the car scene, and this is where Rick Baker won his award because of the scene where his mouth drops and his foot goes through the shoe. All that stuff is practical by Rick Baker. He's a visual effect artist. He should get credit. He gets more credit. It's one of the awards, but you got to give him credit. Anyways, after that whole scene, they kind of explain Buddy Love is Buddy Love, Sherman is Sherman, and Buddy Love is going to end up taking over Sherman's body because of his testosterone, his everything. So, fast forward. Sherman is Sherman. He's telling Miss Purdy sorry, but he missed whatever. He's going to put Buddy away, pretty much. We get the dean again. They say he's going to kill Sherman again because of his he rented. Was that a Ferrari? What kind of car was that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a Ferrari. Yeah.
So he rented a Ferrari. He was like, "Oh, all the good cars was taken." He was like, "So you rented a Ferrari?" All right. Well, we have a presentation on Friday or whatever. Be there or you will literally die. Anyways, fast forward to like Thursday or whatever. Buddy Love tricks Sherman into drinking it because he knew he was going to try to drink the anti-fat cream or whatever it was. So he put the potion in there, tells him Buddy Love, and obviously apologizes to Miss Purdy. They go on a date on Friday. Sherman isn't there to present. Buddy Love is there. They want him to present. And this is the scene where he's just going to every table, making fun of everybody. Do you want to talk about the jokes in this one too, or you want to just?
Oh, rich dummy terms. You need to put this in the rich dummy. He just writes something on the blackboard and is like, "All right, I'm going back to dinner." And so yeah, he breaks it down for him, and in true Buddy Love fashion, he knows what he's talking about, but he's got to make everything a spectacle. So instead of just breaking down the molecular situation or however the serum works, he said, "Look, you want to eat these nasty pork chops?" He picking up everybody's food, pointing out everybody's flaws. He got Jello arm, turkey neck, which is one of my favorite, tank ass. And then that's when the date wants to the man that was out on the date with tank ass wanted to get up there and fight Buddy Love. So he calms him down a little bit, and then eventually wins over with the presentation, right? He wins it over.
So real quick,
or they asked for a follow-up presentation, right? I can't remember.
They wanted him to be a part of their firm and kick out Sherman. But how much do you think they paid him extra to say, "Hey, we're gonna just sit you here and you're gonna just be roasted by Eddie Murphy today"?
Right, and then on the premise that they are larger people and you're going to be at the table showing out your arms and look at you, sir, you have a nice turkey neck. We need you in that scene. Like, obviously they knew what was coming out, what they were up for. Because I don't know if that could be me. Look, you're just gonna sit here and just make fun of me.
Auditions was like, let me see. Turn to your left.
Yeah, look good.
Your neck is not enough turkey enough. Next. Hold your arm up. Let me see it jiggle. No, your arm was not jiggling enough.
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, it just sucks to be, and that's why they wouldn't do it. That's why this stuff couldn't get made, because they wouldn't even be able to audition people for this on the premise that they are going to be made fun of, especially without lines. I mean, you would have to pay people, and they would have to have some type of plot to be able to defend themselves within the movie and the plot of the script. But just to have people just called in based on their, their larger appearance to be made fun of by the lead principal actor, not sure how well that would fly nowadays. But made for great TV and movie in this particular situation. So
I do like the one scene like, I'm sitting at this table right here. This is just a nice table.
Oh yeah, everybody at this table got a nice ass. Look, is this the nice butt section? I love this. Look, he sat right down.
It's an underrated line because he just talking and giving this big speech. And Jello, everybody, I'm sitting there, this team, and then he just like continues to do the presentation sitting there. I'm like,
yeah, he like basically forgot what he was doing, and was definitely distracted. But that's Buddy Love, man. That's Buddy Love, and one of the classic scenes for sure from Buddy.
Yeah, but then of course after his presentation, Miss Purdy overhears the three women that he was sitting with saying, with a name like Buddy Love and all that kind of stuff. They went to bathroom. Mm-hmm. And obviously she goes to say, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I just want to get a hotel room just to be outside of all these people. I don't want to share these people with you." She was like, It's like, "What? No, me? No, I just want to be alone. I don't want to share you with any of these people."
And that is one of the, underrated subplots, is that, obviously Miss Purdy sees through all the glitz and glam and the boisterous attitude and all that Buddy Love has to offer, and she still has a liking and to Sherman, and throughout, even though maybe she's not physically attracted to him, their mental attraction definitely draws her to Sherman throughout the whole movie. So it's a great, like I said, underwriting plot that really, gives some type of substance to the movie versus just making fun of big people. And it shows that, it's more about your personality. So that is definitely something positive that you can bring from the movie.
So aside from like all the stuff with Buddy Love and all that, he's like almost full Buddy Love right now. He's almost going to overtake Sherman. So they have this party. I think the point of the party was to like officially welcome Buddy Love after his presentation. So it was to officially welcome Buddy Love to the firm or whatever. And he wants to prove that you can make a fat man disappears in his words. So he's going to drink a potion, and Sherman is going to be all gone. Didn't work so well for him.
And this is where we get the famous Obama quote, "Yes, I can."
There's a lot of quotes and scenes in this movie that are just ridiculous. Like, the mom fell out like 4 times. I think the mom fall out was the best part of the whole scene. She'll get right back up. I'm not about to be picking you up all night. That would be me. I'm not about to keep picking you up all night. You keep falling out. But yeah.
So wait, explain why. So both Buddy and Sherman invite their people there because obviously Buddy knows what he wants to do, but how did the family still show up? Considering, because isn't Sherman out of the department at this point and damn near fired? I'm just wondering why they would show up to the banquet.
Because it was I think Buddy Love.
He might have invited everybody, huh? In an evil plot. Yeah,
I think he invited everybody so that they can see pretty much Sherman disappear. Because he said, "I'll gather everybody here so that I can witness to y'all Sherman's disappearing, making the man disappear." But before we get into the whole, I would just say, whoever came up with the costume for that suit was nice. That's all I'm saying. Like, all the suits in this scene was nice. The mom's little thing, the dad's suit, Miss Purdy's suit, all of them were nice. So I'm gonna just say that.
They look like it was really going out somewhere.
I'm only upset at one part. It's because I'm such a 80s movie person, is they didn't have like a dance scene or whatever at this little Don't every time you see a live band, it's got to be like a dance scene or
Right, right.
a song, somebody singing a song or something. It was like,
Especially with all the family there, that would have been classic
yeah,
if they was doing the
just
electric slide or
yeah,
something.
you're supposed to end it with an electric slide. Sure, whatever.
But credit though in the scene. And what was the visual effects person that you mentioned
Britt
earlier?
Baker.
He did his damn thing in this scene as well. Obviously, yeah, I think the scene with the car and him having to get cut out of the car and transforming there was incredible. But him fighting himself at the end, and I'm assuming same guy did this. His arm, he's got one arm that's huge. He's punching himself, and then his leg turned hella big when he tried to stomp something out. I can't remember what he's trying to stomp out. Leg shot up crazy, and then at the end, at the culmination, it's just his face going back and forth from Buddy Sherman. That's where you get the yes I can, no you can't. They literally, he's punching himself out, he's transforming back and forth, and it was literally just movie magic at the time in the 90s. This is what made, to me, turned it from just a regular cult classic urban film to, hey, this is a real blockbuster A1, high grossing movie experience. And that's what we got from it. A lot had to do, to me, based on that movie magic that we seen as far as the visual effects.
Okay, I do like that they did a lot of practical stuff, even though they did add some CGI because you have to add some CGI when you changing people, but I do like the fact that they did do it practical. Like nowadays, a lot of movies are not practical. They're basically all CGI when it comes to a guy having a big fist rather than him having a regular size fist and all that.
Right.
But I'm glad that they did it the way that they did.
Because they incorporated a lot of just makeup and prosthetics as well. It's not all movie magic, or not all of visual effects. So they also have the makeup and prosthetics, which are A1 as well. Obviously, the entire family is just all the prosthetics look crazy. It looks absolutely nuts and very, very authentic and very believable. Specifically to me, as his mom. His mom looks just like a regular black lady. Like, give me some sugar, Sherman. Like, she just looked like a regular. And the grandma, to me, like, they totally transformed. And I'm gonna just say all of them. And the brother don't really look like Eddie to me.
The brother looked more like Charlie to me, in a sense. Not Charlie, but like old. I would say older Charlie, like Charlie. When he's on Chappelle's show, he looks like that. 04, whatever. Yeah, that was
just a little huskier, but
yeah.
But yeah, in general, these look like just real people. And it's could be very confusing watching it in the, like, if you're a kid in the 90s, because someone would have to explain to you, no, that's Eddie Murphy, all of them, every single one of them.
That's the weird part. Is I know it was not a people didn't really take it seriously, so it's not a kids movie, but it's definitely not a kids movie. It's a lot of
it's not, and I thought it was, and I don't even know if I should have been watching it when I was, because I'm like, damn, they really a little bit crass in this.
But a lot of people didn't take it seriously. Like, I don't know how he wasn't nominated for an award for playing everybody at this table. And he says it all the time too. How, like, Nutty Professor is his best work because he does he almost plays everybody in the movie, or just he gets jokes for. But when he did Dreamgirls, can you believe when he did Dreamgirls, people started taking him seriously as far as like him being a serious actor, which probably made him kind of want to leave a little bit. But,
and that makes sense, man, because I don't want to hate, but that wasn't his best work. There's no way that Dreamgirls was even in the top 5 of anything that Eddie Murphy has done. I wasn't even a fan of that movie, to be real. And I played Curtis in Dreamgirls, so I definitely want to go check it out. But yeah, there's no way that he should have been more heralded for that performance over this one, where, like we said, we really feel for the guy, and then and then the juxtaposition of him playing Buddy Love in the same time as playing Sherman, two totally opposite characters, not just physically but also mentally. It's like this guy has no limits to what he can do and pull off on screen.
Yeah,
I mean, he played his mom, played grandma. I like Maury
everybody.
Povich, Jenny Jones. She's named all the TV
Scene,
characters.
like,
Ain't no white man ever
moist.
made me moist except
I, like,
I can't remember the guy, Rick Feldman. Not that name, but whoever she said. I swear I got moist when I was watching him.
He also plays the other guy, the white guy in the movie too. I don't know if he got a name. But the workout guy, he's watching workout videos at Sherman. This white guy, Richard Simmons, like person that he plays, which is a small.
I thought it was him.
Huh?
I thought it was Richard Simmons.
No, it was Eddie Murphy.
Are you kidding? I swear I thought that was Richard Simmons.
Eddie Murphy played Richard Simmons on SNL, and that was like a nod to him being Richard Simmons on SNL. Yeah, people be like, "Oh, that's Eddie."
Yeah, because I remember
he can disguise himself when he gets into the role.
Yeah, he really does. Because, like I said, man, coming to America, he had me fooled a couple times. I'll be a little bit embarrassed to admit who I did not know was Eddie Murphy the whole time. So
Saul, right?
Huh?
It was Saul, right?
Yeah. The barber, yeah. I didn't know. In the barbershop scene. I was just lost on that.
What is that, velvet? Yeah. So, anyways, we're kind of at the end of the movie, at the end of the road of this movie review. But before we leave, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, so make sure you guys go check out first off my podcast that we did with the Grizzly podcast. I think they're the official Grizzly podcast on Instagram. It's my guy Irvin and Melissa Santos. So shout out to them for having your boy on. Obviously, we get into all that. We get into my life in between the show and now. And so it was just a good time in general. And we talk a little bit wrestling and anything nostalgia. So you guys definitely go make sure you check out that. Once again, go check out my appearance on DTM, Doing the Most with Christy and everybody. Come check us out on Clubhouse. Follow the Child Star Chat. We have our own group on Clubhouse and where we're talking about anything movie and TV related on Throwback Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. 9 o'clock Eastern time. And then lastly, shout out to my guys over there at Club 6. You know, I just got it with some management, Big 2 management. My guy is Two Stone, also a little sick, or we're going down a little management venture. So make sure you guys check in close with that. You know, these are the guys that helped out my guy Elite Junebug with that damn dance. Y'all know I love doing a Junebug, so I had to check my guys out as far as their management style, and it looks like we're going to be working together. So just get in tune and be ready for some more Leeboy.
Okay. By the way, I totally forgot. I did actually talk about this movie on another podcast. This was like right when the riots was happening, right when everybody was like, "Oh, you know, the Black Awakening was happening." I had a couple white friends. They were like, "Hey, we don't really know that much about urban Black movies. Do you have a suggestion that you want to talk about with us?" And they said, "Give us family movies." I forgot. Well, I thought Nutty Professor was a family movie. It isn't. And you know, we did it. So if you want to go and watch me, listen to me talk about that, you can go watch the VCR Kids. It was a year ago, but it's still funny. It's still got some gems, and it's still got some good qualms. So
and
I would probably put that in the link.
And when I realized this wasn't a family movie, you know, obviously they're cursing throughout all the club scenes. When he first loses weight and he opens up his pants, he's like, "Look, I can see my dick." I'm like, wait, did he just say that? Like, because I don't even know if that could fly in movies, like any PG-13 type movies. Like, Nah, anything looking like family, they could not enter. They could not have that scene in there as well. They would have cut that right out. He would have had to
And the
say something
second
else.
one, in the second one, it's a full scene. I have to tell you. Anyway, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, KVNG Primetime. Follow the podcast, Prime Nostalgia Pod and P Nostalgia Pod. Y'all know what you want us to go to. And also, just just go watch Nutty Professor and then listen to us talk about it. All right, that's what you should do. If not, at least watch the Dave Chappelle scenes because they are hilarious. All right, you gonna do the thing. Prime time is all the time, and we out.